Hello, coming to you from my apartment. It's your girl Raqfamousstar, aka Raquel. It's paperclip on the floor. Okay, so I just finished watching Big Brother episode 14, and it was kind of like, I don't know, not really a shock because I kind of knew what was going to happen. Like, once Jason got off the block, I was so glad because I love Jason. And, yeah, I was just glad that he got off. And, yeah, so, I mean, once he got off the block and Audrey went on the block, it was kind of like, why would you send Johnny Mac home when the biggest liar in the house, who we've been wanting to get out the house, is now on the block? You know, like, it just didn't make sense. But so at the beginning of the episode, Audrey, when she was in that little room, it happened. She went in the diary room and she was in there for hours. Like, they said, I think it was probably over 2 hours. And less than 4. It was between 2 and 4 hours, I'm not sure. But in the Big Brother house, like, an hour is like 3 weeks. So, they were all like surprised when she got out, when she came out. And she was really like, she was really isolating herself and really having a pity party. And James made her an omelet and gave her some OJ. And I thought that was really sweet of him. Like, you know, like, he did feel bad. And I started to feel bad for her, too. Like, I wouldn't have just, like, turned my back on her. I would have, you know, like, I would have talked to her. Because, you know, I wouldn't want people to make me feel that way if I knew I was going home. Like, hey, guys, I know I'm going home. Can we just be people? You know, like, you don't need to make me feel bad when this is Big Brother. I don't want to feel bad on Big Brother. So, yeah. And then Audrey's family, they had a little, like, clip. And I think this was the first family clip, besides introducing Liz and Julia. Like, I think this is the first, like, time in the season that we've seen someone's family, and I was kind of hoping, because, you know, it's kind of cool. It gives them a little bit more depth, you know, like, seem more human and not just people on TV. So I kind of liked how we got to see a little bit more about Audrey. I think she is a really cool person. Like, probably outside the house, she's probably really awesome, but just inside the house, I don't know. Let's see. So, Julie ended up saying that she got a penalty vote, which didn't matter, but a penalty vote for eating when she was a have-not. And I honestly had no idea there were have-nots. I was like, have-not? Maybe I missed it, or maybe they did it off camera, but apparently she was a have-not. That's what I thought. She was just sleeping in that room to, like, be in solitude, or I don't know. I didn't know there was a reason she was in that room. So it ended up being, because it was, my TV was muted when Julie was saying that, and I got the last half. I got the part where she was like, for eating and blah blah blah, and then they went to the vote. And so when I was taking the votes, like, on my little notepad, I was counting how many votes there were. When I was at 5, Julie was like, well, that makes 6 votes. And I was like, hold on, did I miss somebody? And so I just made it 6. And then afterwards, when she was saying, like, with 9 votes to evict and the penalty vote, Audrey, you know, you're evicted. And, okay, in Austin, he voted for Johnny Mac to go. Well, Judas or whatever. And I think that they didn't reveal how many votes Johnny got. I mean, I think people will figure it out, but I don't think I don't know if it'll be a topic for people for next time. I don't know. I don't know if it'll be, yeah, I just don't know if it'll be a topic. Clay keeps shouting out during his votes, and I get it, you know, like, you're away from your family and you want to, like, say hello or say hi to your friends or whatever, but every time, Clay, like, win an HOH and then they can say hi to you, like, hashtag annoying to me. The HOH competition was called Pop Till You Drop, and then I thought it was weird because I was like, didn't the show just start? And I look at my clock and I was like, there's like 20 minutes left to go. This competition's only going to take about 5 minutes. What are they going to do? Like, and then I kept forgetting and I was like, oh, they're going to talk with Brittany to fill time, because last time they had a competition that ended quick. They went inside and there was like 6 minutes left to go, and you can't just fill that with commercials because the next show isn't going to start until that clock. Like, it just wasn't going to start. And so they like interviewed the cast members last time, but this time I guess they had somebody like, okay, this competition's gonna be quick. All right, Brittany, we're gonna talk to you for however many minutes we have. So the winners for this, the seats, I thought this kind of caught my eyes, has nothing to do with anything, but the seats from where the people that were still in the game and the podium to where they had to walk to start playing, it was like really far away from each other. So when the person like won and they were like, okay, who do you pick next? And they were like, Vanessa and Johnny Mac. I don't know what the order was. And they took like a good few seconds for them to walk over there. I thought it was just kind of weird. And then Julie Chen kept telling them to hurry. And so the winners of the HHOH were Jackie and Vanessa. I am kind of mad about Vanessa. I think she's a really power hungry and a really intense HOH. She's very, like, she tries to make people feel intimidated, and whenever she talks to them, she's like, she makes them feel like they did something wrong, or if they're not in her alliance, and it's just like, I would be like, that's not gonna work on me. I didn't do anything wrong. I didn't win this week, and that's my bad, but I didn't do anything to you. Like, no one has done anything to her, and she just feels like, you threw my name around. You probably threw my name around. Like, I don't know. I hate it how they get so hurt about these things. And I was rooting for Jackie, just so she can be relevant. I feel like after how she was kind of treated last week with being nominated, I kind of wanted her to win and be relevant and make good nominations. And that the last one, it was clearly, they said something about a role. It was like they had to get songs. There were songs about the HOH, B.O.B., and Vito. And I knew right away. I was like, Vito. That was the one. It was rolling around that thing that, in that big dice. And it took them forever. It was between Vanessa and Jason. And I think Jason kind of threw it because it was pretty obvious. Like, there's only been like 12 competitions. There hasn't been like 60. So I don't know. I think it may have been a smart move. He may be like, I don't need to win HOH, you know, like, because he's not a target. But it may be stupid. Like, he may be up on the block again. And okay, so I liked how Brittany, let me move on. I liked how Brittany, like, was on the show tonight because they're finally bringing back, like, past house guests. And I think it just ties, you know, like, recent past house guests, or, like, even the ones that were on the All-Stars, you know, like, ones that people actually care about what they have to say. So I like how they're doing that. I think they're like listening to what people are saying, especially like on podcasts and on blogs and whatever, because that Rob Gronkowski crap that they did, I was just like, who is that? Like, I had to look it up. And I still had no idea. Like, a lot of people that watch Big Brother probably don't follow, like, sports like that. Like, I honestly had no idea who Rob Gronkowski was. That may be my not knowing sportsness, but it was just, I don't know. I think the only best part they had was when Phil Keegan went on, and I don't think his BB Takeover twist was that impactful because it didn't really, like, do much for the house. Okay, so I think Liz was, or LaJulia, whatever, I think I don't want to say she was dumb, but I want to say it was not smart how she handled the situation with Jackie last week. Because, yeah, this person hasn't talked to you since you got in the house, but I think she was very defensive and very like, I'm not telling you anything. And I think that's going to come back and bite her in the butt, which is like week 5, God. Oh. You know, like, I want the twins to get in the house because I think that'd be cool to have them on the show together and see how long both of them in the house can last. But I don't know. I think the way that when Jackie was asking, like, am I the target? And LaJulia was like, no. And then she's like, well, who is? And she was like, I can't tell you. Well, if you don't want to tell me, then if I'm not the target, you know what? You know, I'd be like, I can vote. You know, like, if I get off the block, I'll be able to vote. And if you don't want me to vote for, you know, like, let me know who the target is. I'm not saying so I can blow up your game, but so I can, like, try to help you get them out. You know, like, so I think that'll blow up in her face. I think Jackie doesn't have a real reason to put up anyone else. I think she'll probably put up Liz, and I hope she puts up someone like Shelly, and then maybe they can get themselves off the block, or I don't know. But I know Jackie doesn't want to make more targets. But then again, Jackie is a floater, so, but she's also weak-minded. Not weak-minded, but like easily influenced. So I think she'll be easily influenced by people like Vanessa and Austin. Not Austin, because she like told on Austin. But I think she'll be easily influenced. Once again, my picks for winner are Jason and Johnny Mac. I would say Vanessa because I think she's playing an okay game, but I just think her intenseness and the fact that this is their second HOH win, I think her and Shelly are going to go down soon because they're proving that they can win competitions, and when they are in power, that it's not exactly a fun time. So, for the house, I mean. So, I'm wrapping this up before I go on 3 hours. Once again, I had fun talking to you guys. Please comment, like, subscribe, share my video. It's been really good talking to you. Good night.